Hi, this is All the Science, the science podcast that describes an interesting aspect of science in 5 minutes or less. I am a student and I'm the guest podcaster for this episode, Glow Stick. So I'm sure you're familiar with something you have probably used a lot back then when you were a kid. Glow stick is a plastic tube that emits light for a short period of time. And today I will go in depth and tell you the science behind it and the chemical process of it producing light. So when you're snapping a glow stick, you're actually kicking off a chemical process that eventually leads to the production of the colored light. So how does this process work and why need to blend the glow stick to initiate it? Okay, first let me tell you about chemiluminescence. And don't let the name scare you. Luminescence is just a fancy word for any emissions of light not caused by heating. The chemiluminescence in a glow stick is a pretty simple reaction by mixing chemical compounds, or in other words, it is a process of making light from a chemical reaction. Compounds are made up of different elements bonded together in specific proportion so that they can't be mechanically separated. It takes a chemical reaction to sort out, for example, the hydrogen from hydrogen in water. When you mix a compound with the other stuff, you can set off that reaction, and as the atoms rearrange themselves, they'll either absorb or release energy. If you look inside a glow stick, you'll actually see that there is a small glass vial in the tube. This vial typically contains a hydrogen peroxide solution called the activator. It's floating in a solution containing a compound called phenyl oxalate ester and fluorescent dye. Essentially, you begin the chemical reaction when you bend the glow stick. When you snap a glow stick, the vial breaks and the hydrogen peroxide reacts with the phenyl oxalate ester, creating two other compounds, phenyl and peroxy acid ester. You still with me? Good. So the peroxy acid stuff is unstable, so it decomposes and produces additional phenyl. It also produces a cyclic peroxy compound which decomposes to carbon dioxide. This decomposition releases energy to the dye. The electrons in the dye atoms jump to a higher level, then fall back down, releasing energy in the form of light. The other chemicals in the fluorescent dye determine the color of this light. So depending on which compounds are used, the chemical reaction can continue from anywhere from just a few minutes to a few hours. So can a glow stick be used again and again? Well, glow sticks are really a one-use only product. However, glow stick reactions, like many chemical processes, can be influenced by temperature. It is true that the effect can be stalled by placing the glow stick in the freezer. Freezing an activated glow stick won't reverse the chemical reaction, but it will dramatically slow it down, allowing you to freeze your glow stick and use it another night. So how does the heat affect glow stick? Well, as the extreme cold will slow down the chemical reaction in a glow stick, thus preserving the glow. The opposite effect occurs when you place a glow stick in a warmer temperature. So if you place a glow stick in a warm water, it'll speed up the chemical reaction and increase the intensity of the glow. While doing this, the glow stick will burn much brighter, but the life of the glow stick will be greatly diminished as the chemical reaction ends much quicker. Fun fact, glow sticks are also the only light source considered to be the safe for use after a natural disaster and in emergency situations, as they don't use electricity and don't produce any sparks, making them the only light option in explosive situation. Well, there you have it. That's everything you need to know about the science behind glow sticks. It's crazy. Who would have thought that all this happens within moments of snapping and shaking your glow sticks? Well, thanks for listening to All the Science. Contact us at allthescience@gmail.com if you would like. Thank you.